Hey guys, look, if you're looking to get started in today's real estate market, it can be extremely tough out there. There's a lot of competition. Prices really haven't come down all that much, and interest rates are trading at all-time highs. They're sitting somewhere between 6.5% to 7% right now, and it's a pretty crazy world out there. In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about how you can get started in today's real estate market, not only to get a place for you and your family, but also to get into something that can be a good financial investment for you that's going to produce a return and allow you to live in a place for a much cheaper price. We're going to talk about some different properties, some different options, and some different things that you should be considering if you're looking at investing in real estate here in Utah. And with that said, let's jump into it.
What's up, you guys? My name is Cody Steck, your favorite Utah realtor. In this video, we're talking about investing. And if you're looking to buy or sell real estate, or specifically invest in real estate here in the state of Utah, I would love for you to reach out to me. My information will be here on the screen. Please call, text, or email anytime. I absolutely love when I hear from you guys. I've had hundreds of people reach out to me, and I cannot wait to hear from you as well. I get super excited about this investment stuff. So with that said, let's jump into it. So as I mentioned, interest rates were extremely low over the last couple of years and prices went sky high. Now home prices are starting to come down a little bit, but it's the interest rates that are really having an effect on the market. Things are getting more expensive today because the drop in the home prices that we've seen has not been enough to offset interest rates. Interest rates were at 3.5%, 3%, even 2.5% just a couple of years ago, and now they're sitting at about 6.5% to 7.5%. So we've definitely seen a big increase there over the last year or so with interest rates, and normally that would drive home prices down. However, here in Utah, there's still a lot of demand. There's a lot of people who want to buy homes, and there's a lot of people who are just sucking it up and they're paying a little bit more for the home that they want because they know that there are going to be additional benefits to still purchasing right now. A lot of people are still thinking, hey, if interest rates drop, I can always refinance in the future, which is a fair line of thinking. And that's why more people are getting used to what's happening here in the market. The first thing that I want to mention is if you're looking at purchasing a home right now, and maybe you're a single person, maybe you've got a spouse, maybe you've got a little family or something like that, I highly believe that you should be looking at what's considered house hacking. Now, the old term for this, house hacking is kind of like the new cool hip term. The old term for this would be just simply getting roommates or renting out a part of your home. Now, at first glance, I think a lot of people are going to be like, oh, there's no way, I would never do that. I do not want to go back to, my college days, or I don't want to live with other people. And, fair play. But to be honest, if you want to get started in this market, this could be a fantastic way to do so. It's my belief that you have to give up a little bit. You have to sacrifice a little bit to get into a property, to get your real estate journey started. If you're willing to do that, you're willing to go out there and, sacrifice a little bit in the beginning, this can get you into the game, which is about half the battle. We're going to take a look at some properties here today on different options that you could house hack something out there, right? So this could be as simple as just buying a large home, renting out the bedrooms and getting a couple roommates. That's probably more feasible if you're like a single person. If you've got a family or a spouse, maybe that's not the best option for you. Of course, you could still do that, but maybe a better option for you is going to be to purchase a home that has a separate living unit in it. So that might be a duplex. It might be a larger home that has like a second living space in it with a different kitchen, living room, separate entrance, something like that. Or it could be a different home that has a separate living space altogether, which would be like a detached accessory dwelling unit. You can find a lot of these in downtown Salt Lake. These are all over. They're getting more popular, and I think we're going to see a lot of them into the future. This is going to provide additional housing for people. It's going to be good for landlords, and honestly, I think this is going to push prices up substantially for these types of properties. So it's something worth considering. If you can buy that now, you could be sitting on a property that is worth significantly more into the future and is going to appreciate at about double what other properties will appreciate for. So the first property that I want to talk about here today is going to be an off-market deal. This is not something that you're not going to find on the MLS, at least at this time. And this is a property that is a fourplex. So there's 4 living units inside of this one building. Now, typically these are going to be in multifamily areas. So it might be next to a commercial district. It might be next to an apartment building or something like that. So yes, it's not going to be the most desirable area to live, but it is, again, going to be the place where you can get started. You could move into one of these units. Each of the units is 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. You move into one of the units for yourself, for you and your spouse, for you and your family. You move into one of these units, live there for a couple of years, and rent out the other ones during that time. You live in one unit, you rent out the other 3, and this is going to significantly help your monthly payments on this property. Now, this property is listed a little bit higher. Of course, it's going to be a little bit more expensive. It's listed at $750,000, but you're going to be able to collect rental income from 3 of the other units while you're living there, right? So you're going to be able to live in one unit. The other 3 units are going to rent for $1,325 a piece, which, if you add that up, is almost $4,000 in rental income. So even if you went in there, you put $100,000 down, maybe even put a little bit less down. If you're just getting started, maybe you don't have $100,000 to put down on this property, you could get into it for less, but let's just use the example of putting $100,000 down on this property, you're going to have a loan amount of $650,000 at a 7% interest rate. You're looking at a payment of about $4,500, $4,600 for this property. So you're living in one unit, you're renting out the other ones. Remember, you're paying $4,600 a month for the mortgage payment on the property, but you're collecting $4,000 a month in rent. So you have just dropped your own portion to the mortgage down to about $600 or $700 for this property. Now, if that's not a good deal, I don't know what is. You get to own a fourplex, you get to leverage yourself, and that's at a 7% interest rate, right? Think about if interest rates come down to 6%, 5%, maybe even 4% in the next couple of years, that could be an absolutely slam dunk deal. Looking at something like this to get into a home and live in a 2-bedroom unit for $600 or $700 a month is something you're not going to find anywhere else. If you're looking at even a 2-bedroom apartment, you're going to easily spend $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 for that place. You're going to be spending half of that here. Plus you own the property, you get the tax benefits, you get other people to pay the majority of your mortgage, and you get to get that loan paid down by these other individuals. So that's a perfect property that you could start with. Now, another option that you could go with is maybe just perhaps getting some roommates. Maybe you're an individual, you're sitting on a high income, you've got a little bit of cash saved up, and you're looking at buying a property. I would go for something that's going to be a very large property, hopefully 5 or 6 bedrooms, and just get a bunch of roommates. Yes, it's going to suck. Nobody loves living with roommates, but to get into a property and have other people pay your mortgage, it's actually a really good opportunity. So one property I want to point out here is that there's actually 2 properties that I know of. Again, these are off-market deals at this point. One is a 6-bedroom home. The other is a 7-bedroom home. They're right next to the University of Utah. These properties are available for sale. The price points for these 2 homes, one is going to be about $700,000. The other one's going to be about $800,000. So yes, these are not necessarily starter homes. These are more expensive homes, but if you can qualify for something like this, you're going to go in, you're going to have a down payment. You're going to have a payment that's somewhere between $4,500 and $5,500 per month, but you get to live in an absolutely pristine location. You get to have a couple roommates. These are going to pay the majority of your payment. Let's say you went into that 7-bedroom home. You could rent out those other 6 bedrooms for, probably about $700 a piece, maybe even $800 a piece if you cover all of the utilities on the property. That means that you're going to be bringing in somewhere between $4,200 and $4,900 a month. That means that you'll be able to bring in somewhere between $4,000 and $5,000 a month in rental income from all of your roommates. And again, you get to live there for almost free. You have a very small amount of cash into the property, and you get to live there for free in an absolutely fantastic location. Again, another great opportunity to get started on a home like this. This is definitely something you should consider. If you're just looking to get started, you're a little bit intimidated by a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 mortgage, this could be a good way to offset that a little bit. Or let's say you're somewhere in the middle. You want to live in a very nice location. You don't mind having other people live next to you, but you want to have some privacy. You want to have some space. This is the perfect opportunity to go for some type of duplex unit. If we take a look at the screen here, this is actually one of my listings. This is here on 1300 East and 738 South. You can see it's right next to the University of Utah, very close to Liberty Park down here. You've got Sugar House down here to the south and downtown Salt Lake right here. So an absolutely amazing location just northwest of Yellcrest, one of the most desirable areas in downtown Salt Lake. And this property, yeah, it's listed at $980,000, but this is a duplex. It's got 6 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms total, and 2 different units. One of the units is a very large home, so you could have 5 bedrooms there where you could have your full family and you just rent out the smaller one. Or maybe it's just you. Maybe it's you and a spouse or something. You rent the smaller unit and rent out the large portion of the house and collect a even bigger amount of rent. This is the perfect middle ground to be able to get rental income to help you offset your mortgage, and you also get to purchase a property in a very good location. The cool thing about this is you can also use the income from the property to help you qualify for the property. So let's say maybe you're shopping for a home and maybe you only qualify for $600,000 or $700,000 on a single family home by yourself. In an instance like this, where the list price is $980,000, you could use the rental income from that property to help you qualify for a higher amount, because the banks know that you're going to be collecting rental income, and that's going to help you purchase the more expensive property. So this one right here, even if you rented out the entire property, it's going to bring in roughly $68,400 per year. That's basically the median income, right? So if you just purchased one of these properties, you held on to it for 30 years, and then you just rent it out, this could replace your entire salary just on this $1 million property. This is the thing I love about real estate investing. If you guys don't already know, I help people buy, sell, and invest in real estate here across the state of Utah, and I'd love to help you. If you're looking at making a move here, you already live here, you want to invest in real estate, please reach out to me, call, text, or email anytime. I absolutely love it when you guys do so, and I would love to help you with this. I get super excited about this. I'm an investor and a landlord myself, and I love these types of properties and helping people achieve these wealth building properties over the years, right? So This is just another example. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and reach out to me, and we'll catch you in the next one. All right, real quick, I do want to film just a quick little intro that we can add back at the very beginning.